West Rand Tailings Project is really about cleaning up all the tailings dams that you can possibly see in your area of vision here. What we got on the left hand side there is the Driefontein's dams. There's a cluster of dams. It's Driefontein 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Only Driefontein 4 is currently an active dam, and that currently takes the material from the underground Driefontein operations. Driefontein 1, 2, 3 and 5 are dormant dams, but 3 and 5 are the furthest most west dams that you actually can't even see from here. It's the old West Driefontein dam,
which was extremely high grade. It was, up to 100 gram a ton in some areas. So that's why the gold grades on those dams are so high.
So they stand out as far as high grade gold dams are concerned. So what we said is we're going to take water, impacted mine water from Kloof 10 shaft. Now that's Lebanon. That's where we're sitting over there. There's Lebanon over there. Just behind Lebanon is Kloof 10. It's an old shaft, that's a pumping shaft, and we pump water from that. So that impacted mine water will be pumped. It will follow the line, it will follow the road, very crudely speaking, all the way down to the West Driefontein tailings dams. That will be taken to a bulk water storage facility. We'll boost pump that water down to the West Driefontein complex, where we'll slurry 1 million tons of tailings material. That 1 million tons of tailings material will then come back via pipeline again along the road back to what we call a west block thickener. From a water management perspective, it takes out the residual water, it drops the density down from 1.4 to 1.6, and then we onward pump that material down to the central processing plant, and we return that water and we recycle that water until such time as the Driefontein cluster has been completed. The Driefontein 5 dam, which is the first dam that we're going to be reclaimed, that will be reclaimed for 4 years at 1 million tons per month. And after that 4 years, we will then rehabilitate that footprint. It's about making sure that it's radioactively inert. In other words, you've got to make sure that you've taken away all the radioactive material, and that would mean actually physically digging into the soil that sits beneath the tailings dam, taking that soil away, reclaiming it or processing it, and then replacing that topsoil and rehabilitating that material in consideration with the communities, the municipalities in terms of the IDPs, the integrated development plans, and ourselves obviously as a mine. All of that costing has been integrated into the economic viability of the study as we sit. So it's not about having to fund it later, it's all been provided for upfront. Just because we understand where the high grades are does not mean that we're going to go and mine the eyes of that dam, and therefore when the gold price sinks go and leave a lunar landscape, and because we've only mined here, here and here, sure, and the rest will go. Our philosophy and our principle is we will mine the entire dam over its life. We've got the average grade of the dam, and therefore we work on the average grade that we will get out over the life of that dam. It's not about going for high grade gold first, but it does make sense to understand it so that you can start your reclamation process to tackle the high grade gold, the high gold grades first. You typically get between 52 to 55% recovery on the gold side. It does drop slightly if you do a concentrated technique, which we are doing, a float concentrate. We will produce an oxide concentrate and a sulfide concentrate. The sulfide concentrate is important for us because we want to take out the sulfide. Sulfides are very neat in that they float very well. You probably get 90% of your sulfides and the gold associated with the sulfides floating out in the first sort of 8 hours into the small mass pool of around 50,000 tons, 5%, 50,000 tons on 1 million tons. That's why we can actually take out the sulfur, and that's why we can say with hand on heart that when we deposit a tail, we posited the benign tail as far as the sulfide sulfur is concerned. So we alleviate the stress around acid mine generating potential. But what I was just saying on the recoveries, if we do pull a concentrate, we'll probably get a good, and we're doing an ultra-fine grind on that concentrate because now you've got a small mass pool. You can then afford to throw energy at that and grind it down from say 25 to let's say DRD are currently doing up to 9 micron. In other words, you're grinding that finer than bug dust. So you're literally exposing and liberating the gold that's trapped into these, let's call it these pyrite particles, and that's why the recoveries go up specifically on that. But on a broader, large scale, 1 million ton a month, your recoveries you could probably average between 52 to 55% gold. Uranium is a different story. It's probably around 83%. That 75 hectare footprint is exactly where the central processing plant will be located.